First Nations TV, your news first. Remote housing and overcrowding has been an ongoing issue in many Aboriginal communities for many years. In a bid to alleviate this, the NT government has invested $2.1 billion into a remote housing program. The coastal community of Pirlangimpi on Melville Island has seen major housing works recently, including upgrades and extensions to around 100 homes.
We're really proud about the difference it makes in our remote communities to have new homes for families, for new working people, for seniors, for people with disabilities, and making sure that the living quality is high for our remote communities, just as it should be, and in our regional and urban areas as well.
14 families have recently moved into brand new homes, with another 6 houses being handed over to Pirlangimpi residents. All of these new house owners have experienced overcrowded living arrangements. Lucille has spent the last 3 years living with 11 family members in a 3-bedroom house.
I'm pretty happy that this is my first time getting a house out here, me and my kids. It's beautiful, everything. I wasn't imagining this. I'm just excited.
I'm really happy to be moving into our new place with my family. We was living with my sister-in-law. So yeah, it was here in Pearly, so it was a 3-bedroom house, 6 adults and 5 kids.
Like I can have my mom stay with me, or if my family want to come and stay, they can stay for the night and come back. Because I work full time now, and I'll be able to afford the rent. That's not a problem.
NT company DT Hobbs was contracted to build 20 new homes, 6 of which were completed in May this year. The company employs several local labourers and has 2 Aboriginal apprentices with family links to the Tiwi Islands.
Oh, there's a lot of love went into building these houses. They're really nice inside. A lot of good workmanship from the local lads for Hobbs, as well as Hobbs' crew, his flying crew. The feeling that they would have, man, I'd be happy, man. I get happy every time I have to walk into one of them.
For the last couple of years, been renovating, rebuilding houses. Finally, he has his own house now. Good to see that. Before, he stayed with the other family and got a lot of kids, and especially those who got kids, got a house now.
However, some of the residents are worried some house owners will have trouble paying their rent on time next year, when the rent assistance program is changed.
Yeah, that's my concern, because some of these people are on settling payment, and sometimes people find it hard to work because of their illness, and sometimes it's like for young mothers, they have to raise their kids at home. I heard from housing, I think, or someone, that they stopped that rent thing. Rent assistance, is it called? Yeah.
What we're looking at is simplifying a very complex and very administrative system. So the remote rent framework will commence, will go live on the 6th of February 2023. What I've heard as Minister from those key Aboriginal organisations and the feedback they've given me was around our lack of communication in regards to the changes. What we have built in but didn't speak about and communicate as well was our safety net, in order to provide any families who may go into, or who feel like they may go into, as a risk of rent stress. They have the ability to apply for the safety net and get that assistance, which is really important. We don't want people to be stressed when they're living in their homes, and particularly if they're moving into a new home. We want the ability to have questions asked in first language, answered in first language, and be able to support our families into our homes across the territory, and particularly around our remote communities.
First Nations TV, your news first.